Yo, everyone. So, today, as I promised, I'm gonna do coaching. And I chose Kentron, one of the guys who sent me an email. I got 500 emails, so I had to look through all of them to find people. I chose this guy. He's a gold-free player, and I think the coaching would be good. He's playing against a Narcissus, which is a very interesting matchup, right? Because from what I've seen in low elo, most people do it wrong when they play against Narcissus or other melee champions. Generally, people on Jax use his mechanics wrong when they play against something like a Narcissus. So let's go through this game. We're just going to speed it up a little bit, because the little one, he's just going to scout. That's what he should do, at least. Scouting here, he sees that his jungler isn't scouting, which means he should back off. Go back to top lane. You don't need to scout if your jungler isn't even here. Then it's irrelevant. The jungler should be scouting. You're doing the right thing if the jungler's there, but he could get fucked now. Now, here's another thing. One thing you never want to do if you're trying to win is you don't want to be AFK level 1. Right now, he doesn't know where the enemy is starting. Let's only show blue vision. He doesn't know anything. But since he's not helping in the blue buff, he should be doing something on the top wave or in the enemy jungle. He could be here and try and cheese the Narcissus if you're super strong. Jax isn't the strongest champion, so you don't need to do that. You could do a little bit of damage, about like 200 maybe, 150. But it's unnecessary. What I would do is go up to the wave, freeze it. You walk into the creeps, make sure all of them aggro you. You can see there comes like a small icon above the creeps and they aggro on you. And then once all of them aggro you, you walk into the bush. And then it's going to target one minion, and that minion's going to die faster, which means there's a chance Narcissus will lose a creep. This is especially good in low elo, because most people in low elo don't know how to deal with this. So far, he did nothing level 1, that's a mistake. Could have done something. Narcissus helping in red, we know this, he doesn't, but still. He can expect that Narcissus most likely helping in red, because bot lane is showing, and Narcissus wasn't. So, what he knows right now is the enemy jungler is topside, and he could be ganking him. So he wants to take somewhat safe trades. He can still fight Narcissus, there's no problem. It's a tournament, he's not going to die that easy. So what I would do is just trade Narcissus. There's no reason to chase this far, but it's good damage. Don't chase any longer after that. Once you get the last hit in the stun, just get back. Because you will never be able to chase Narcissus unless he turns and hits you. Plus you got grasp, which means he's going to win that trade. Now this is good so far, just chilling. So one way you want to fight with Jax versus Narcissus is generally... The thing you want Narcissus to do is walk up. You don't want to Q onto Narcissus. Jax can't Q yet because he's level 1, but he's going to get a level Q or level 2 soon. You don't want to use it for fighting. Just take it chill, relax, just take it farm. Now here's the problem. You did a bunch of damage to Narcissus earlier where I said I wouldn't do it. Because now you're just mindlessly pushing. You're pushing the wave and Narcissus is still full health. He lost 50 health, which is irrelevant. So that trade didn't really do anything for you or him. It only messed up your wave. And now you're pushing a little bit harder than you would want to. Which is also ending up making you lose minions. So you lost 4 minions already, which is not very good. What you want to focus on is getting every minion. Now, another thing that Jax does here is he goes down to ward because he's afraid of the enemy Tryndamere. This is a mistake. So let me explain standard jungle pathing. If you know that enemy jungle starts, he started on red buff in this case. You know this because Narcissus helped, bot lane didn't. So you're going to know. Now, what you should know is Tryndamere is going to walk bot side or into your jungle. So the second you see your jungler starting bot side walking up to blue buff and taking your blue buff, that means Tryndamere is not going to be around. Tryndamere should be bot side. And if he's not, you can easily escape because it's a Narcissus. Just don't use your Q and you can easily just jump away. It's no problem. You don't have to ward. This is a waste of time. It's a waste of pressure on Narcissus. He can heal back up by auto-attacking minions, which is not good because now he's just going to heal all the damage you've done. And you're wasting a ward for no reason. I think one of the best ways to improve as a top lane is to learn how to play without wards and then apply the wards when you need them. Instead of trying to play with wards and just using wards when you don't need them. Okay, another trade here. Again, this is bad. What you want to do is you auto him, then you E, and then you walk into him, right? So he goes for the auto, you E, and then you just walk into him. Because all the minions are going to hit you, and then you stun him and do one hit, and then you back off. That's the trade you want to do. So you kind of messed it up here, and you missed your stun. Which is a good amount of damage you missed on him, right? You could have done a lot more. And as you'll see now, the wave is actually in the perfect position for Narcissus because you fought him level 1. Narcissus is right in front of his tower, he's full health, he's extremely safe. You don't have any kill pressure on him, even though your jungler is topside. It's irrelevant because you can never gank this. It's impossible, right? Even if your jungler is full health, you can't do anything. And you, on the other hand, you could get ganked by Tryndamere. Now, Tryndamere can't be top yet, but Tryndamere could be top in about 30 seconds to a minute. And then Narcissus could still freeze the wave around his tower, which is not a very good positioning for you to be in. It's a little bit dangerous. You should have pushed it a little bit slower. And I contribute that to the level 1 fight. You don't need to fight him level 1. Just wait till level 2. Unless he's fighting you as well. Now Nas is going to push you back. What you want to do is just... You're kind of fucked right now. You just want to farm it up. You don't want to push it anymore. You want it to push back towards you. So what he just did here, the Jax, is bad minion wave control. Because he's hitting the minions, killing them faster than he needs to. Which means the wave is not going to push back to him as fast as he wants it to. What Jax should have been doing is just chill and just wait for the minion to go low. Hit it once, back off. Hit it once, back off, right? So just last hitting. Now the wave is still pushing back to him, that's fine. What you want to do is make it push as far back as possible here. This is good, he's backing off. Very important. You don't want to keep it up here. And then now you just want to clean out the wave a little bit. So there's not too many minions. This is fine, this is a good trade, this is a good trade. E. You don't want to be behind him. Unless you're all-in, you don't want to be behind him. He's high level than you, so you don't need to be that. What you should instead be is right in front of him, like this side, towards your own tower. So you can easily back off, especially if you get ganked. Mainly because there's so many minions, and you're under-leveled. You're level 3, he's level 4. You don't need to take that fight that deep. Just chill a little bit. Let's see what else we can do. I mean, you're just going to constantly jump him. You have a ward, it's timing out soon. And at this point, the ward is quite good, right? Now, we still don't know where Trinum is. He could be anywhere on the map. He shouldn't be top, but he could be top, right? It's a possibility. So what you want to do is you want to wait for Narcissus to walk close to you. And then you want to hit him. You don't need to cure him all the time. He's going to walk up to the minions. Also, here's one thing that a lot of people do unnecessarily. I think one thing a lot of people should learn is what position do they want to be in lane. So, everyone is watching pro players, right? Everyone's watching Worlds, and people see them clicking like all over the map. It's like bam, 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 everywhere. And people are like, holy shit, this guy's moving all the time. It's so good. Now, the thing is that those people move with a reason all the time. Their movements is the reason. So, for example, right now, you want to be more aggressive. You want to be about up here when you're killing his minion. So you can quickly walk up and hit this guy if he goes for that minion, right? You want to block him off. Which you're not doing right now, so you just get that for free. Now you're jumping him, which is bad. This is bad, right? Because at the end of the day, by you jumping him, you could easily get ganked. You don't have any vision. You could be getting ganked. And you don't need to take that trade. Just walk. Like, just let him walk to you. He's gonna walk to you. This guy have one cookie left after this one. You still have a lot of potions. Just safe. You can even use one right now. And then every time the minion goes low, expect him to either walk up to it. If he's not walking up to it, he's gonna use his E ability on it. Just stand a little bit away from it. Don't get hit by it. And then every time he walks up, chop at him. For example, now you're walking backwards again. Just sit up here. Just wait for him. He's gonna come, right? And also, one thing that's really good is by having the aggressive position, let's say you were sitting up here the whole time. Every time he walks up to you, you can kind of tell if you're going to get ganked or not, right? Because now he's walking into you knowing you're in an aggressive position, which means he would only do that if he thinks he can beat you. And if you think you're stronger than him, that means you're probably going to get ganked. You should look to use your potions, though. At least one of them. You have 2 potions, and you're just wasting it. Sucks you lose the cannon, but shit happens, you know? Can't really help that. You see Tournament now? He just got spotted. At this point, you need to use your potions, you need to be stronger than him, and you need to put more pressure on him. So, Narcissus is a champion with innate healing. He heals a lot, right? What you're doing by walking backwards all the time, being really afraid, is you're actually letting him, a weaker guy than you, get his health back up and be stronger than you. Only because you're not fighting him properly. And then you jump on him with your Q, which is the wrong move, because you want to fight him by hitting him, W, and then Q on him, because then you get 2 extra attacks, which means you do a lot more damage. Right now, you do about 400 damage in a full fight, if he doesn't have any escapes. Like, on non-escape champs, you can do about 400 damage if he walks into you. Which means right now, you could potentially kill him if he didn't have W. Now, if you calculate in the W, you probably do about 300 to 350 damage in a full fight. And maybe you could kill him at about 300 health. So you should try and get him to 300 health. And then you can go for an all-in. Again, you want to walk a little bit away whenever a minion's getting low, because you know he's going to do it. So you want to walk a bit towards him. Again, you're queuing on him, which is a mistake, right? This is the reason why it's a mistake. You do less damage by queuing on him. You miss 2 hits when you can get 2 hits for free. And also, you put yourself up for ganks. So this is very important. That's why I'm hitting very hard on the basics. Because League of Legends is all about having perfect basics. Your basics in this matchup is wrong, which is why you're losing out on the matchup. It's the only reason. Your basics and your movements are wrong. And you end up... Do you die here? Do you kill him? You might actually kill him. Oh, don't turn, don't turn, don't turn. I shouldn't have turned. It was actually really, really good if you didn't turn. Because he can't chase you. He's not faster than you. He already used his movement spell. You just keep running, he dies to the tower. I mean, that turning, like, let's be honest, all of us do it once in a while. It happens. It's like, you see him just dying, like, holy shit, I want to kill him. I just want to hit him. Just one hit. I get it. Just keep running. It's no big deal. I think that's just like an instinct. Pointing it out isn't really going to help you improve. The main thing is just the basics again. So what you want to do here is you have multiple options. One is to freeze. I think you bought a Tiamat, right? You have a Tiamat. You can't freeze anymore. So that's out the window. The wave is not in a position to freeze either anymore. So your two options is either you're going to hard push it, or you're going to slow push this wave, and then hard push the next one. And then after that, you need to get vision. Did you buy pink one or not? You bought 2 pink ones. So again, considering this is gold-free elo, I would actually say you should be you should get used to not using wards and then use wards afterwards, because then you know when you need the wards. A lot of people just mindlessly buy wards, me included. Like, I'm being high elo and I still don't know how to use my wards half the time. So I mean, let's be honest, most people just don't know when to use them properly. And it's a big problem for a lot of players. So having 2 wards I think is overkill. Just buy 1 and save up for bigger items, because that's a Jax. The number one thing you want to do is get your items really fast. You're placing a ward here. Oh my gosh! This is generally a bad placement, because what you want to do is you want to have the ward further down. It just gives you more vision, right? Like here versus here, it's free vision. It's another small increment of vision, which would give you a slight advantage. It's no big deal, but just put it down here in the future. Cleaning the ward. This, again, I would say this is really bad. Now I'll explain you why. You currently have the push here. You don't see Narcissus, you're not going to get ganked. So the number one thing you want to do is push this out as fast as possible. This needs to hit this tower ASAP, like right now if you can. So what you want to do is push this in, and then you go clean the wards. Because Narcissus is going to be stuck under his turret. You don't really care about the tournament 1v1. You can always run, you're always safe. It'll be no problem. You know he does not flash, but even if he did, you'll be fine. Now by wasting those 5-10 seconds for killing that ward, you're actually not able to push it in time, and now the wave is going to be horrible for you. Again, you jump on the Narcissus, it's your fighting tool. I don't like it. I think it's much better. You're losing minions. It's much better just to walk and play the basics right. And this is why I told you, you can't take the ward the way you did. First of all, you took the ward, and you didn't hard push. So you made 2 mistakes here. Which means now you're stuck close to his tower. Narcissus is very safe. He's going to Q minions, get health. He's going to Q you, do a lot of damage if he gets to. And you can get ganked very easy now. Let's just find out where tournament is. I have no idea where he is. The red buff should be spawning soon because he started there, which means it spawns about like 650, I think. So there's a high chance he's top, and your wave is horrible. Well, here's top. Good guess. Who would have known? So, like, he might as well have been bot, right? It's kind of random with the junglers at sometimes, but there's a high chance that he's here, and therefore your positioning is really horrible. But even if he wasn't here, there's never a reason to be in this position, right? It's always bad. No matter what, it's always a bad position. Your number one thing to do here is just push it as hard as you can. Like, just hit minions, hit minions, hit minions. Don't hit Narcissus. Just hit minions. If Trinity is here right now, you're dead. Just get the minions in. Try to be safe. So right now, you have a high chance of dying. And then after you do this, you want to go what? You want to go into the enemy jungle. I'll take this path, just because it's safer. Go in. Clean this vision. This is great. You see a fight mid. You're thinking, can you move or not? What you should do right now is move mid, I think. Because Yasuo's almost dead. Ryze is winning. Like, you should just look at mid lane, right? Ryze is winning. Yasuo almost dead. You can apply a lot of pressure. If they're both full health, you should just walk down a little bit. Take plan or whatever you're doing. Like, this is fine. And then you walk back. So it depends on the mid lane right now what you should be doing. Now, after doing that, you want Narcissus to push out to you a little bit. You don't want to be in front of his turret. There's no point. Unless you want to roam. The fact that you didn't roam earlier than you had the opportunity to roam mid means that Yasuo is going to base, and then you don't want to roam anymore, which means you want Narcissus to be closer towards you. So just let him push out. That's fine. You know Trinity isn't there. That's okay. That's a good trade. Even if you Q'd on him, it's fine. You did a really good trade. He's really low on health. I'd still let it push you. You don't need to push right now. You know that you can't roam. You can't do anything if you roam. Narcissus is going to heal a lot whenever he hits minions. Just like come back out to you a little bit. You don't need to hard push it here. And then call your jungle up. Like, use the pings. This is one of the fundamentals of top lane. You need to constantly use your pings to get people to do what you want them to do. Because nobody listens if you don't, right? Like, you can't expect people to do things that you're thinking. And this guy was really low. Killable, I'd even say. The gank. But now you got to heal for free because you pushed. And now he's back on up in health. It's going down warding. You know, it's about like 1.5 minutes. Maybe it's 1 minute even. No, it's 1.5. Going him, this is fine. Wait, can I see this fight again? This is a big mistake I used to do on Jax all the time, I think. But when you're fighting people, one really big thing you want to do is use your entirety of the E. Don't stop it earlier than you need to. Yeah, you stopped it earlier when you needed to, right? I don't think you need to do that because then you can get to hit your back. It's better to just do one more auto and then use it. Still a decent trade. You're still winning. You're getting ganked now. You just need to see if you can get out of this situation. I'd probably just go on the Nasus all in and see what you can do. Which is what you end up doing. You could have done a bit more clean, but at the end of the day, it works. I'm fine with this. The main problem is you put yourself in bad positions a lot with minion waves, and that's why this happens. Tournament is only able to abuse you like this because you didn't let Nasus push you earlier. Or like, not Nasus, but the minions automatically. And you don't call your jungle up for help either. Alright, let's see what we do. Your items are fine. You went for Tiamat. Going for Sheen. Do you have the... I don't know your masteries. I don't even know if I can see them. Oh, it's not relevant. I believe you have free boots. Wait, maybe I can just cheat and check. Do you have free boots? Yeah, you do. Nice, perfect. So that's really good. What you want to do is just rush your Trinity Force. This is what you're doing. You're going to have free boots soon. So this is literally what you're doing perfect. Now, again, really important. Push this out as fast as possible. Right now, you're going to end up in the same situation as before because you're not pushing this wave. This wave is going to push to him in a speed, but it's going to end up right in front of his tower. Again, just like before. And that's the only position you don't ever want to be in. Now you're jumping him again. Same mistake as usual. You can abuse him so much harder and he wouldn't know how to play against you by just letting him walk in. It's going to put a lot more pressure on him. You need to push this in as fast as possible. Just push. Get into the tower. It's really important that you push into the tower ASAP. You're missing a couple of creeps. Like, you got to get better at CSing. I mean, that's obvious. So, just focus a little bit on that. But I don't think that's the most important thing. The most important thing is learning how to do things. Now, roaming mid is great. As I told you earlier, every time you push in, you need to look to do something. You're roaming mid. I really like this play. This is really good. Should just keep chasing. You know the bot lane isn't moving yet. Just keep going. You might be able to get a really good kill here. And if you get a kill here, this is a beautiful roam. Like, you doing this helps out your team so much. Like, you have no idea. This is actually such a good play. Now you're just gonna run back top. Or base, maybe. If I were you, I wouldn't do Drake here. You're gonna lose a lot of creeps for this. And your team should be able to do this on their own, considering that they have a number advantage. The Drake is really good. Moving down is really good as well. So those things are great. But I don't like that you're spending so much time down here. Going down bottom for the gank. Ooh, this is interesting. I don't like this gank either because you have no idea where tournament is. It might work in this situation, but having no idea where tournament is and diving tower is really risky. Now, you end up dying to minions. Misfortune. Caitlyn dies. You don't die. You actually survive. Pyke is in a bad position. Tournament comes. Tournament could already have been there ages ago, right? This was super risky. The only way this can work is if you have more numbers. Which is something, like, considering you're a gold player, I would never do this play. It's something I'd only do in really high elo if I expect my team to do the right call. And for everyone to go towards bottom. Ryze should have moved. Sejuani should have been there. You can't do this with 3 people. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the risk. In gold, this is not a good play because you can't expect your teammates to ever follow up on it. That's just the main thing. In essence, it might have been a decent play, but it just turns out to be terrible because of that. Okay, again, you have no vision top. What did you buy? You got... Oh, you didn't have money for anything. Sure. You still have a ping ward. You're buying a lot of pings. What I would do is freeze this wave in front of your tower. Just freeze it right now. This is fine. You don't want to hit it here, because the thing is, you can force Nasus' minions to come closer to you. You don't need to hit it here. Because by pushing this out, you just allow the minion wave to be closer to him, making him safer and you less safe. Now, you see Sejuani coming up. Imagine that Nasus was here and the minions were here, right? Sejuani goes behind. Nasus would have been here instead, because he's standing close to the minions. This would have been the same scenario if it was down here. He would just be standing over here instead. That gives you a much more room to kill him. Now, because of the way you're doing it, I actually doubt that you're going to get a kill. Because he's too far back. You might still get it. Yeah, you're probably going to get it. You're going to do a lot of damage here. We'll see what happens. But the plane itself could have been more clean. And it would have been much safer. Hey, you still get it. Your guy almost dies. You think about that, right? Basically, you cost this guy about half a health bar. Only because you push those 3 minions. It's a small thing that makes a big difference. And it gave the other guy a chance to escape too. Now you're pushing a tower, this is fine. You know he got teleport, you should be a little careful about that. Overall, this is fine. You have your E, you don't have to worry about Tryndamere. He can't kill you. You got a good plating. Now the normal thing I would do here is you should have a lot of money. Like 1500 I guess? 1400, okay, 1500 almost. You should push it in. Okay, you can't because he's teleporting. You should be a little bit careful because of Tryndamere. If he didn't TP, push it in a base. If he does TP, play a little careful like you're doing. This is good. And then try and find a time where you can push it in about half a minute to a minute. So don't lose too much health. Don't fight too much. This I wouldn't do because you don't know where Tryndamere is. And you do know where Sejuani is. Sejuani is nowhere near you. Which means you could be in danger. You don't need to jump him. It's actually the biggest problem. The only way you fight Nasus is by jumping him instead of forcing him to walk into you. Which is very easy with good wave manipulation. You should always be able to force him to do things you want him to do instead of him forcing you to jump and use your escape. Because look here, he's gonna E or walk up and auto take it every time. If he E's, he uses a lot of mana to get minions. That's bad for him. You need to be dominating him mentally. I like the way you're freezing it though. This is really good. You don't want to stand in the minions when you're freezing though. What you want to do is you have 2 options. Stand down here. This is probably the worst one. I prefer standing up here. Because by standing up here, imagine a circle here, right? Like imagine a circle. So you want your distance to him to be the same as his distance to the minions. So if he farms with his E ability on the minions, you just dodge it because he can't hit you and the minions, right? Now, if he walks up to them, you can walk into him. That's the advantage. So you want to be about up here in this position. And also then you get vision over here, which means you're less likely to get ganked. And you're far away from Tryndamere. If your Tryndamere comes from down here and you're up here, it's much easier for you to escape. Now again, same thing happens. And this is why I constantly say you can't jump onto him. Because eventually it will get abused. You died once because of it. And now you're dying a second time because of the same thing. And all there is to it is just misplay, right? It's all about playing around the minions and abusing that. You jumping onto him with your Q is never a good strategy. And this is pretty much why you're losing. This is the only reason you're actually losing this lane. You've been playing really well beside that. You've been farming better than him. Sure, you could get better at farming, but you've been farming better than him. You've been having some good fights and some bad fights. You had good roams. I liked your roam a lot. Besides the dive, it was a pretty good roam. So you just need to be a bit better at the basics. And then time management too. For example, when you roam, you don't want to waste too much time. You want to do short roams constantly. Let's see what you do. You're going to walk bot lane. It's pretty normal. Your bot lane took the enemy bot lane tower, which means they're going to swap. Actually, I like this macro in the gold elo. This is good. Now, there's a dragon spawning, and there's a mountain. You don't actually care that much. Also, this ward, again, I really don't like this ward. If a guy ganks you right now, you're going to die anyways. And this is why I'm saying you should learn to play the out vision to learn how to play with vision. Because right now, this is what doesn't do shit for you. Imagine Tryndamere and somebody else walk down here. It doesn't matter, Nasus, even fucking Shiraka probably. They just walk. You can't escape in time. There's no way. So this ward is useless. It doesn't do anything for you. Another thing you're doing here is you're hard pushing this wave, which again puts you in a bad position. What I would have done is, when you go to ward here, just walk further out and put the ward here. Sure, it's not going to guarantee you safety from here, but at the end of the day, this one doesn't do that either. So just put the ward over here. And then what you want to do is slow push this wave. So there's two ways to do it. This one, if you hard push it before this wave arrives next to the next one, it's going to generally go into the tower. Now, can you push this in time? No, you cannot. This area is too short. Which means you have to slow push this. Or you have to push this and then roam. And just give the enemy extra CS in exchange for you being able to roam. Now, the problem is that you hard push it, and then you walk all the way up here, where you could just have waited for the minions to come down here. You're all the way into the enemy territory. You can't farm these minions anymore. You wasted time by walking up here. You're losing XP. And you're not roaming, which you could have done, right? So you wasted 10 seconds doing nothing. Just because you pushed. The second you need to push that, you need to have the mindset, I'm going to roam. Right after this, I'm roaming. You're not even going to walk close to this town. You guys are walking back to bot lane. This is fine. You even have your teammates. This guy should be helping you. I don't know what this one is doing. He's trolling. Happens. Now, you guys should be able to kill that Yasuo really easy if you find him. Which you do. There should be no way he escapes. Be really fast. And you're basically just chasing him down and killing him. Good job. This is pretty nice. Now, I think you should be playing bot side. And Kayle should be playing top side. Mainly because there's objectives top and there's not objectives bot lane, right? Tower's even. There's a Herald. There's no dragon. You should be bot side, they should be top side. Now you're probably going to go top because they're not doing it, which is a big mistake on their part. I'd basically go top only because of that. You also have money for your Trinity Force, so a base is not that bad for you. Staying bot lane with all the other people is generally not a good call. You guys are just too many people bot lane. And you guys are taking these guys, and you might even win this fight. There's a possibility you win this fight, and it ends up being really good. But if I think about the basics, I wouldn't do this. Because it shouldn't work. And the only reason it can work is if the enemy team fucks up. And you don't even get a kill, right? It doesn't work for you guys. You die. Could have worked, didn't work. However, what you should be looking to doing is following the basic principle of where you should be and what you should be doing. Which you didn't do. Which allows Nasu to just take a free tower and push in. So main thing, be bottom if you can. If bot lane fucks up and don't know what they're supposed to do, just go top and just hold it. It's fine. You can't expect your teammates to be perfect. And sometimes you gotta sacrifice a little bit for them. Okay, you're gonna push out top. This is fine. I'd push out one more wave and try and get Herald. Herald's really useful. You probably can't get it because your team is in base right now. You have 3 people in base. And you don't want to push further than this because you don't have any vision. So, you should push this. Think the enemies is in this area, you just back off. If you think they're not in this area yet, you should walk in and get some vision here. Doing this, walking up to the minions is really greedy. Doing this pathing is really greedy as well, because they can catch you. Now, right now, you're putting yourself in a lot of danger. Which you don't need to be. You're in a lot of danger right now. And even this ward, again, this is why I'm talking so much about learn how to play without vision. Because this ward, it doesn't do anything for you. Right now, in this position, if you're here, they come, you're dead. So if you put this ward, you don't want to walk further in. You want to just push and run. Push and run. It's the only option you have. If you do this play, you need to push this. It's super greedy. Push this as fast as you can, get into the enemy tower, and just run. Like, just kill these and run. Because every time you make a risky play, you want to minimize the amount of risk you're taking. Now, the amount of risk you're taking here got doubled. You can't push this wave in anymore. You don't have the time. It's going to get stuck. Nasus can do whatever he wants with the wave now. You gave him all the power. And you wasted about 10 seconds doing nothing. Maybe more. But you could already be in mid lane right now if you wanted to pressure mid. You could already be looking to put vision in the jungle. Maybe you could already have caught somebody here, right? It's just wasting time is never good. Cleaning vision here is good. I think what you should be doing here is be with a team. You generally want to be the guy closest to top lane. When you're roaming down here, you want to be like here, on top of them. You don't want to be in mid lane, because that's not your position, right? Your position is the split push and roll. Okay, you're running all the way down to bot lane. I think this is meaningless, because here's the thing. You guys clean the enemy vision in the top jungle. You have pressure. And you have some vision in the top jungle as well. So by you going all the way down to bot lane, you're wasting all the potential resources you just put into the top lane jungle. You're not getting anything out of this. It's not really worth it for you. You're gonna push this in, and you should be roaming up towards your team, or hard pushing the towers, either way. If you hard push towers, just commit to it. You do have a teleport, you can easily fight. There's a wall right there. You can TP on it if you think you need to. Currently, I wouldn't TP yet. Honestly, I think your teammates are just losing, and I just take the tower. Like, I think your teammates are doing a really dumb fight. I just push the tower and just like, you guys are idiots. It happens. And they just take the tower. Which is what you end up doing. I like this. Good job. I think you should never be in this position to begin with. You should have been top, but you're doing the right call here. I like it. You did lose 2 people, but you're getting to hit the enemy turrets. You got 1 turret. Almost 1.5. Okay. A very important thing here. When you're pushing in this tower, don't expect somebody to be an idiot. Like, just don't expect the enemy to be really dumb. Try to play a clean game, right? So when Soraka walks up to you, expect her to back up. Even if you kill her. You're level 13, she's level 10, it's not worth it. You're gonna die. Never worth it. Keep hitting the turret, or back off. That's the 2 options you have. Going for Soraka is not good. Sure, you end up killing Misfortune, but I don't really care about the kill. I still think it's really bad. Even if it turns out being decent because you kill her, it's still a really bad play overall. Alright. Next objective is definitely to get the dragon. It's a mountain drake. You guys have so much pressure. Kayle should never be top. This is really bad. But because of that, you should just go bot lane. Clean this out. Hope she comes down and try and fit for this dragon. If you get the drake, have 2 mountains. You guys have a really fast baron, especially with Ryze. Ryze is super good at it. You're super good at it. You guys can always force the baron. So see you walk down. You're TPing mid. This TP is really bad. There's no point TPing here. Like, there's literally no point TPing here. You guys are just wasting it. Ryze is gonna ultimate in anyways. And even if he doesn't, he's still gonna walk in time. He'll always be there. You don't need to waste your TP here. Because now you're just removing pressure that you potentially had. This is not very good for you. Imagine if you just walk bot. Maybe you could have killed Trinity here or something, right? You going mid was not necessary. It's wasting resources and a teleport. Killing the golems, this is fine because you can't really do anything. This dragon's lost, most likely. They're fighting. If they die here, it's their fault. You could walk up towards helping them, or you could just push bottom. It doesn't really matter what you do right now. But considering they didn't start Drake yet, you guys can actually fight because your team spawned. Which is probably what you look to do. I don't like you walking in alone. This is meaningless. You don't need to walk alone. Because if you catch somebody, you can't do anything. If they catch you, you're gonna die, right? Doing this alone, just wait for your team. Play as a team. Always think, what is my team doing? And try and play with them. Because when you finally get a catch and your team is there, it's much better. Going bottom is fine. It kind of sucks you don't have TP, so you need to push this and roam. You don't want to stay bot lane because you wasted your TP. I'd push one more wave and then I'd go to Baron. You guys do have 2 mountain drakes, which makes you really fast. And you guys can easily bait it. So I just walk up to Baron here. Because by walking any further, you're putting yourself in risk. And if you wanted to do this, if you want to push further, try and push a little bit slower. Because then the minions are going to meet here instead, and it's safe of you, right? Because you do have some vision. Now, however, you don't really have much vision that could easily kill you. Again, it's just wave manipulation. You could do it cleaner and safer. Walk mid. Do you have any wards? You do not. So you can't ward jump. You do have flash. You're relatively safe. You're engaging. I don't like Jax engaging generally. Mostly you just end up dying and doing nothing. This engage didn't really do anything for you guys. And overall, you guys just lose a ton of health. What I would instead do is just try and get the team to go towards Baron. Then with this one ulti, with Jax, with Ryze, with Pyke, you guys can easily get kills on them. But because you guys engaged here, you don't have Siswani ulti anymore. So you should just go back to split pushing. Wait till Siswani ulti is back up. Don't be greedy. You guys won't kill them unless they're really stupid here. There's no need. You guys just wasting time. Just go back to splitting. Basing, sure, is fine as well if you need to base. Again, going mid, you're wasting time. It's not worth it. You don't have enough to kill them here. If you do, it's only them being dumb. Like, that's what you have to think. If this works, it's because the enemy is really shit, and not because you're making a good play. And it didn't work, and now you're losing bottom. Sure, you might get mid tower. This guy is getting free tower, and you're losing minions. And a play that's really, really greedy. This should not be working for you guys, and I don't think it is working very well. I think you guys should be able... You guys should be basing soon. Now you guys are not wasting another teleport because of the plays you guys are doing. And this, again, makes you have less pressure on the Baron. And pressure to actually ace the enemy team and kill them. Alright, let's see what you're doing. You're walking mid. Oh, you guys killed somebody? You guys could maybe do Baron now? They're doing Baron, actually. Interesting. Again, you're just walking up. This is fine. I don't think you should engage this early. The thing is that you should just check how healthy is Baron and then engage after that. You guys might be winning this fight. I don't even know where the last Narcissus is. I have no idea where he is. Even if you guys are winning, I think you guys could play it more clean by just letting the Baron hit them down further. But good job. You won that. You guys have a free Baron now if you take it. The only way they can get it is by stealing it, which they shouldn't be able to. You're killing Narcissus, fine. I'll just do Baron though. You guys are wasting a lot of time. You have 2 mountain drakes. You guys should definitely have done Baron. Like, it should be really easy. Even if Trinity comes, you guys just kill him. Like, you have plenty of wards. And you don't have ultimate or anything, you knew that. But I guess you guys don't want to risk it because no jungle, but I still do it. 100%. Killing people, that's nice. He's dead. You can jump out. Walk out. There's not much the enemy team can do right now, they're dead. 4 of them are dead, you're getting free inhib. Yasuo's kind of just doing Yasuo plays inting. Which is what a Yasuo generally does. You guys... Wait, you guys gonna backdoor it? What the hell? Just back off, just base. Base to hit the Nexus turret. Like, you have time. Had about 10 seconds, you could have hit them. But you guys hesitating, not knowing what to do, just base them. By going in Nexus, you give them an opportunity to do Baron as well if you guys fuck up, so there's no need for that. Just base, play it safe. Generally, if you're playing gold, just play it safe most of the time. It works out. Just getting another Drake, this is nice. Like, overall, I think your gameplay has been good. If you just improve your basics, you should easily be a Platinum player. Because your biggest mistakes is putting yourself at risk when you don't need to. And if you stop doing that, it's super easy fixes, right? You'd be Platinum like this. Because your mechanics is not what's keeping you back from being a plat player. Just go towards Baron. Like, honestly, you guys are so much stronger than them. Just fight the Baron. You don't need to split push. You have absolutely no reason to be bot lane. Now you're gonna maybe TP up. They stole the Baron. Shit happens. But now you're gonna TP up and just split push. I don't like this. You should just be with the team, get the Baron, and then you just win the game, right? Because you guys are so much stronger as a team. Can't really do anything. Just wait out the Baron. Just keep splitting. Clean the ward. Maybe you missed it. Shit happens. It's not a big deal. Obviously, you should clean if you see it, so. I don't understand. You're often walking all the way around the map for no reason, right? Like, you did it once when you're top lane. You walked all the way down to bot lane for no reason. And now you're walking all the way from bot lane up to top lane for no reason. You just kind of decide on a map you want to dominate and put vision for and pressure. And then stick to that map side. So for now, for example, since there's no dragon up, there's no baron up, I just go bot lane. Like, it doesn't matter where you go, just go bot lane. And then keep the pressure on that lane, right? And what you want to do is pressure bot, try and get vision in this area, this entire area here. So for example, you can kill the crab, free gold. You can kill this thing, free gold. You can get vision here. Maybe even get over here. Potentially here if your entire team is super aggressive, which they're not. So I just get some vision here and just pressure all the time. And then every time you pressure, you move towards mid. So right now, maybe I'd move a bit towards mid. Like, I'd probably walk here. And then I walk this way into bot lane again and take the minions. The thing is, there's a potential fight mid, right? That's why I'd walk mid. If you guys have +1, you have a hard engage. The enemy team is so extended, you guys could fight here. So by walking mid, you might be able to force a fight. Imagine if you'd walk mid. You'd be around here now. +1 can engage. You guys have 5v4. This guy would die instantly. If +1 goes on Soraka, she's dead. 100%, unless she flashes. Again, now, you're not doing anything. You're standing at bot lane. Push the wave, walk towards mid. You don't have to go mid every time you walk towards mid, right? You just walk towards, put some vision, be ready to engage mid if you need to. And if you don't, walk back. By staying in the bot lane after you push, it's really useless. And now you could already be mid, right? You could have been mid for this fight. Okay, you're getting bottom. You're hitting a tower. It's fine. Getting in here. This is good. You need to base for top, maybe. You still have teleport, but I wouldn't use it. You're not basing. You're just getting us to the free tower. This is not very good. It's kind of your job to make sure you defend the towers. Unless you think you can end the game here. This is really greedy. This is really, really greedy. It might work, but it's super greedy. Especially because they have Baron. It is working. You guys are winning, but this is so greedy. I really don't like this play at all. I really, really don't like this play. So they killed 3 of you guys. You guys still haven't based. And Yasuo's just... What? Is this seriously how the game ends? No way! No way! No way, dude! Okay, I'm actually tilted from this. I'm actually tilted. Yeah, okay. So to basically just play to the basics, right? That's the main thing. I don't think you were bad at all. I think you're actually quite good. You made a lot of good plays. The main thing is just go back to the basics and focus on improving the basics, and you'll be good in no time.